This is Michael Popok, Legal AF. Let me interpret for you what it means that Donald Trump doesn't want to look the American people in the eye and tell the voters before Election Day that Jack Smith's case against him in the D.C. election interference trial is full of water, that it has no merit, that he's got counter evidence, that he's got any evidence to oppose it. You know what it means? That he doesn't want to do any of that until after the election, that he's asked Judge Chutkan for an extension of time by 5 weeks to push it off until sometime after the voters vote. He doesn't have anything. He doesn't have a way to argue point by point against the more than 70 witnesses identified in Jack Smith's filing. Let me put this in perspective. We knew a lot about Jack Smith's investigation. There have been reporting, and we've done it here on Legal AF, along the way that indicated that dozens and dozens of witnesses were cooperating with the special counsel. Now we can put a number on it. It is over 70 witnesses who are identified in, at least by number, in the new filing by Jack Smith, with more to come in about a week or two when the full submission by Jack Smith is disclosed to the public by Judge Chutkan. 70 witnesses have given statements through the grand jury or through investigative meetings with the prosecutor's office, all against Donald Trump. That doesn't include the forensic evidence that was obtained through hacking Donald Trump's cell phone or his Twitter account, or the cell phones or Twitter accounts of others, including some that are sitting in jail, like Steve Bannon, or had gone to jail, like Peter Navarro, or who had just barely avoided jail, like the super MAGA lawyer Ken Chesborough, or Rudy Giuliani, or Sidney Powell. In addition, there's a whole layer of other witnesses you've never heard of. We sort of know who they are because we follow this so closely on the MeidasTouch network. But there are dozens of executive assistants for Donald Trump or in the White House, special assistants to the president, White House counsel, associate White House counsel, deputy White House counsel, attorney generals, deputy attorney generals, and the like, people in the Homeland Security Office, and people that are trying to save their own skin as they try to leave a sinking ship. And the fact that Donald Trump has looked the American people in the eye while he's campaigning with less than 35 days left and said, I got nothing. I got nothing. Anybody that's innocent, or to paraphrase Donald Trump, why do you take the Fifth Amendment if you're not guilty? If you're innocent, or you want to make your counter presentation to the American people and tell them, hey, I know it looks bad. I know it looks like 75 people that used to be on my payroll are all testifying against me. I know my phone got hacked by the government, and there's a lot of evidence on there about what I didn't do while the Capitol burned. I know a lot of the Jan 6 defendants, convicted felons now, may testify against me. I know that immunity has its limitations, as does executive privilege. I know the attorney-client privilege has been stripped away from almost all of my lawyers who are now compelled to testify. I know a number of my lawyers have either lost their bar license and or been indicted and or are now convicted of felonies. I know it looks bad, but hold on, folks. I'm going to buy a Super Bowl-like ad. How about that? I'm going to use what little money I have in my campaign coffers, and I'm going to put on an ad. And I'm going to have my lawyers make a presentation, or I'm going to make a filing in court at least, to tell you why the Jack Smith's prosecution is all wet. He's not going to do that. He's told Judge Chutkan, and Judge Chutkan has said, okay, fine, that he needs more time. What he's saying is, I can't win this. I can't win against Jack Smith and the mountain of evidence. That it's more likely than not that Jack Smith is going to carry his burden of proving to a future jury beyond a reasonable doubt that I'm guilty. How do I know that? Because I just got with the American people something we never get. A fulsome presentation of the evidence and the witnesses and the documents that are going to be used against Donald Trump in a courtroom. He knew about all these witnesses. He knew about all these witness statements. He knew about all these pieces of evidence. He just didn't know how it was going to be strung together. The narrative, the momentum, the power of the presentation that's in the brief that's been filed. And now his proverbial goose is cooked. So rather than say, I better clear my name. I've got a huge shadow cast over me. I've got an overhang over me. I got to remove it. Clear my name before the election. Is he saying that to the American people? No. Traditional bed sheets, they can harbor more bacteria than a toilet seat. It can lead to acne, allergies, and stuffy noses, and it's just gross. Miracle Made offers a whole line of self-cleaning, antibacterial bedding, such as sheets, pillowcases, and comforters that prevent up to 99.7% of bacteria growth and require up to 3 times less laundry. Using silver-infused fabrics inspired by NASA, Miracle Made sheets are thermoregulating and designed to keep you at the perfect temperature all night long, no matter the weather. So you get better sleep every night. Miracle sheets are luxuriously comfortable without the high price tag of other luxury brands and feel as nice, if not nicer, than sheets used by some 5-star hotels. Stop sleeping on bacteria. Bacteria can clog your pores, causing breakouts and acne. Sleep clean with Miracle. These sheets are infused with silver that prevent up to 99.7% of bacterial growth, leaving them to stay cleaner and fresh 3 times longer than other sheets. No more gross odors. Go to trymiracle.com/legalaf to try Miracle Made sheets today. And whether you're buying them for yourself or as a gift for a loved one, if you order today, you can save over 40%. And if you use our promo, LegalAF at checkout, you'll get 3 free towels and save an extra 20%. Miracle is so confident in their product, it's backed with a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you aren't 100% satisfied, you'll get a full refund. Upgrade your sleep with Miracle Made. Go to trymiracle.com/legalaf and use the code LegalAF to claim your free 3-piece towel set and save over 40% off. Again, that's trymiracle.com/legalaf to treat yourself. Thank you, Miracle Made, for sponsoring this episode. What he's saying to the American people is, I got nothing. I got nothing. And as a result, I'm going to push it off and hope and pray and light a candle that I'm going to be elected president again. So I can kill the prosecution, kill Jack Smith's special counsel's office, fire Judge Chutkan from the case, and pardon everybody in sight, including me. That's what he's trying for. As I've said before, including on the MeidasTouch podcast that I was just on yesterday with the brothers, we are not watching a person who believes or wants to win the presidency for good, wholesome reasons. We're watching a person trying to outrun his prosecution and make it to the safety of being elected president so he can fire the prosecutor. That's all we're watching. Because if the person was innocent, if the person wanted to prove his case to the American people as a counterweight, he would say, not only am I going to file my brief before the election, I want to file it early, Judge. You gave me 180 pages. I'm going to use every one of those 180 pages to convince the American people that this is weaponization and this is politically motivated. It's cheap and easy to say in a one line in a brief, in a social media post, or at a rally. It's harder to prove. What I tell my clients sometimes is when they look at the price of things, how much a case is going to cost, I say this, there's 2 concepts that sound the same, but they're not. There's the truth and there's proof. Truth or comments are relatively cheap. Proof is really, really expensive. And for Donald Trump, it's really, really expensive. He's been free riding and freeloading this whole time. He's been sending in through his lawyers these ridiculous political screeds that are just the same old tired, hackneyed attacks on Joe Biden and now Kamala Harris and the prosecutor and the judge. He's got nothing. This is like the great and powerful Oz, It seems scary and it's fine, in these pieces of paper, but then you just look behind it, there's nothing there. And he knows there's nothing there. So he doesn't want to be outed before the election that he's got nothing. He wants people to at least think maybe he's got something. He needs more time. He's got 180 pages he's got to put together. Yeah, no. First of all, I doubt they'll take 180 pages. If they do 60 or 75 pages tops, I'd be shocked. Because how many times can you say the same darn thing over and over again? I mean, it's already been repetitive. It's already been rejected time and time again. They've been free riding and freeloading in their filings. They've been saying stuff that they can't back up, right? They've been writing checks they can't cash. That's who we're watching. And we're watching a man who knows he can't win the election, who knows he can't win the criminal case, desperate to try to convince the American voters and pull a magic trick like the devil. I'm here. I got elected. I mean tweeted my way back to the White House. Hooray. Terrible for our constitutional republic, terrible for our rule of law, terrible for our democracy. And I just want this takeaway from this hot take, this hot take, is that you realize that a person that wants to prove that they're innocent to the American people before the election, who has one iota, 1 ounce of evidence to support his claim of weaponization and malicious prosecution and vindictive prosecution, but you can't do it. I mean, you may, even if you were able to refute the testimony of 35 witnesses, there's 35 more witnesses out there on top of that. He can't fight off this array of evidence against him, and he knows it. And that's all we're watching. And you're watching Legal AF and the MeidasTouch Network. We have so much to talk about at the intersection of law and politics that MeidasTouch Network and Legal AF formed a new channel. It's called, what else? Legal AF MTN. Free subscribe. Help us get to 200,000 subscribers in less than our first month by the time we hit Halloween. Boo! And boo to Donald Trump. We're doing the same thing here that we do. We'll be doing over there what we do here and what you've come to love and expect. No smoke, no sunshine. And 40 million people a month already know that Legal AF is the home of law and politics analysis and commentary like no other in YouTube. I defy you to find a better collection of analysis and information, hopefully entertaining, than on Legal AF. Free subscribe at Legal AF MTN for MeidasTouch Network right now and help us get to our 200,000 goal for the month. Till my next hot take right here on the MeidasTouch Network, till my next Legal AF, the podcast, and exclusive content only on Legal AF MTN. This is Michael Popok, and I'm reporting. In collaboration with the MeidasTouch Network, we just launched the Legal AF YouTube channel. Help us build this pro-democracy channel where I'll be curating the top stories at the intersection of law and politics. Go to YouTube now and free subscribe at Legal AF MTN. That's at Legal AF MTN.